When you arrive in Milan, the day is overcast as a taxi cab brings you from Porta Genova into the centre of town. Small crowded streets characterise this area, and fine old palaces and apartments can be found here, as can most of the good hotels. So you're right. The taxi pulls up outside the Grand Hotel Edda Milan, from where you have pre-booked your rooms. Yeah. So you disembark from your taxi and enter the lobby at the Grand Hotel.
Right. So, guess we'll go up to the reception.
Hello. I am from England.
Not
Look
loud
up the
enough, but not slow
phrasebook. Using the right hand signals. Hello.
My hovercraft is full of eels.
Did we do this line last time?
I think we did, but it was so good I thought I'd do it again. Do you want to come back to my house? Bouncy, bouncy.
So you're at in the foyer at the desk. You collect your keys for your room. And the concierge or the desk clerk asks you how long, if you want to confirm how long your stay is going to be at the hotel.
I think we went 3 days, wouldn't we? We're not
3 or 4 days. We're bound to have found what we need to find out almost straight away with our detecting skills. Get it sorted. Closed book. Done and dusted. 3 days out of here.
Yeah.
So call it a month.
Get massive feedback.
Call it a month.
And are you gentlemen here on business or pleasure?
Pleasure. Always pleasure.
Little bit from column A, little bit from column B. We're here to meet somebody, but I'm sure we'll see the sights as well. Il Duomo, the Colosseum, Pompeii. Looking forward to it all.
This is Milan, so.
Is it? I told you booked the tickets wrong, you blithering idiot.
Excuse me, sir. We discussed this, and our travel agent is impeccable. How dare you?
We'll have to tone it down on the pleasure bit. Then it's becoming more business.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more business.
Yeah.
So it's a bit,
I was looking forward to going around the Vatican.
We are getting massive feedback here.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's you.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Are you getting any feedback? I'm not hearing any feedback at my end.
No.
My turn.
Nope.
Can anybody in the stream?
Anybody else?
Can anybody hear
Just
any
me?
feedback?
I don't hear any feedback.
No. It's
How about on
just
Twitch? Can anybody hear anything? Is the audio good? Are we alright? Cool? Yeah? Bit of a
say
delay,
something in
obviously.
Chinese.
Oh, wow.
Simon was massively disrespecting you earlier. You've lost our only Chinese bot, Simon, there. What have you done?
No, I don't get any feedback.
No.
Okay, must be just me. Sorry.
Well, is it still? I think this microphone's screwed. To be honest, I think I'm going to be going back to my headset until I get this microphone sorted out.
Come in, fine.
Echoey.
No, it's fine for me.
All right. Must be something to do with maybe it's something to do with OBS. Or it might be because I'm sat in a broom cupboard.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
That could be it. Could be it.
We Andy Peters.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That hasn't produced the best of people lately. Let's be honest.
Okay, so Milan in 1929 is the capital of the rich agricultural region of Lombardy in northern Italy, and Milan and Bologna have become the capitals of fascism. Both have been governed by having been governed by socialist administration since 1914. Architecturally, large sections of the town consist of small, tightly packed tenements called Casa de Riera, which are these
Picture.
these horrible tenement-type blocks. So Milan at this time isn't a major tourist destination in Italy. It's more of a busy commercial city. But it hasn't got the beauty of Florence or Venice and all the friendliness of Rome or the Neapolitan Riviera. It does have the Piazza del Duomo, which I think which is a cathedral which was built or began building work began in 1386, and it's one of the most magnificent buildings in the world, apparently.
It's very spiky.
Yeah, well, you can see it in that main image. It's very, very gothic-y, very spiky. You've also got the Church of Santa Maria del Grazie, which dates from the 15th century, and it houses Leonardo da Vinci's. I can't pronounce the Italian name, but the Last Supper. There's also the famous opera house, the Teatro della Scala, which bears the same name as the Scala Theatre, in which at least one of you saw the King in Yellow.
Yeah. Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, indeed. Yeah. So Milan is serviced by numerous taxi cabs that are cheap and plentiful, but there are also electric trams that run throughout the city and even out into its suburbs, as well as motor buses that cover the city centre and outlying points as far as the picturesque Lake Como. I believe that's what it says. These new glasses I've got are absolutely awful and I can barely read. Canals there's a large extensive canal district, but it's mainly used for the transportation of goods between warehouses and the industrial district of the city. So with that little bit of background info on Milan, the desk clerk, is there anything that can assist you with? Anything you require during your stay?
I think we're good, aren't we? Is there somewhere where we can change some money, actually?
We've got some traveller's checks.
We can arrange that for you, sir. We can arrange that for you, gentlemen, if you wish. That can be all arranged through the desk.
Marvellous.
Are there any guides available that speak the local language?
Oh, we don't need a guide.
Could you recommend us one?
You don't need a guide.
Okay.
Well, if you wish a guide, gentlemen, we can provide a interpreter and guide. Yes.
Do it. We need to get past this section, or the lights are getting turned off again.
Yeah,
we'll have a translator. That'd be great.
Does that make you happy, Mr. Keeper?
I was fine with the last one. Honestly, it was. It was good. It was all good. You actually got to where you were supposed to be going to do, so it worked.
Excellent.
Although, then you just got in the taxi and went home. So.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
There's a little bit of foreshadowing, so I was like, yep, that's retreat.
All right, we want to go to this address. We sort of know where it is, so can you take us?
Well, I can recommend a local guide, a native Milanese gentleman.
No, we need somebody local.
He's confident and trustworthy.
Oh.
But we need somebody that knows what they're doing.
Can he hail taxis? Can he get us around the city?
I believe he was be more than competent at doing that, so yes.
That's all right then.
So, if you wish, I can contact him and and make sure it's available for your use.
That'd be great.
Marvelous.
That would be fantastic.
Fantastic. I suppose we'll put our bags away and all that good stuff.
Okay, so it calls for one of the staff. Baggage boy, and they transport your luggage to your room. Is there anything you wanted to do?
So we go for a mooch.
Yes.
Seems reasonable. Yeah. So just like go for a bit of a mooch around town.
Yeah.
I'm guessing our hotel is like in the more touristy sort of district.
Yeah, so your hotel is actually located off this central square that's you can see in the image. It's not actually. I think it's this building on the left-hand side. I'm not entirely certain, but it's certainly located on this central square in the city.
Shall we look at Spiky Cathedral?
Yeah. Looked nice.
Yeah.
See if there's any lightning bolts and things falling down top of us.
Take any pictures with strange markings on. Okay, so what you're gonna do? Just go and pass some time doing a bit of
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. Get a feel for the place. See if we can get ourselves into trouble.
So, well, like I said before, there's a few sort of interesting sites, but it's not the most picturesque city, and it doesn't take too long to see what there is to see. Most of the what passes for tourist attractions are actually located on this city square, the central part of the city.
Good thing we're only here for a couple of days.
Yeah. I'm sure I was sold this as a holiday destination.
I wonder how Thomas Cook's going to fare in the future. He seems to have let us down already.
Yeah.
I think his days are numbered.
Yeah. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Yeah, writing's on the wall for Thomas Cook.
So one thing about Italy in general as well. It's as already said, it's kind of run by Mussolini at this point. El Duce, the boss or the leader. I think that is in English.
He's a nice guy.
He's
Yeah.
great, yeah.
Go far.
He's got the courage of his convictions. Always follows through.
Yeah, so it kind of got a rise to power after World War, the completion of World War One, and the Allies I think they felt they were being blocked and ignored by the other Allies, and which led to the rise in fascism, and it led to his election. So he's against. Aspirations have been high after their part in the victory of the Great War, but at the Versailles Peace Conference, Italy was rebuffed by the Allies, and President Woodrow Wilson, in what was perceived as a humiliating manner. In the immediate post-war years, Italy adopted the national character of a defeated nation, and when the country awakened in the early 1920s, it was focused on achieving its unrealised war goals. And against this background, nationalism battled socialism in Italy to fill the vacuum of power left by an ineffective and unpopular liberal government. And so, nationalism, and specifically the fascist party led by Mussolini, emerged triumphant. Although despite all that, fascism, outside supporters of communism and socialism, fascism isn't really seen as disliked or mistrusted at this point in time.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah, great. fascism is great.
Makes the trains run on time. Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, nobody felt the effects of that.
Okay, so you spend a few hours taking in what few sights there are before returning to your hotel, maybe for just in time for your lunch. On return, sorry.
Who were we actually looking for? What was his name?
Yes, so the letter. So it's mentioned in the letters, in Malcolm's letters.
Somewhere down by the docks, I seem to remember. Thomas Cook, Hillary.
So it's in the second letter, which is
the shipping office of Giuseppe Colombo in the Navigli in Milan. So, is that one for tomorrow? Get a good night's sleep.
What time of day is it? Is it?
so
It's 10:30.
it's about it is about midday, just after midday.
All right. No. Let's get along.
Have some lunch. Sorry, I thought it was later. Yeah, have some dinner. Go to whatever the Navigli is.
Okay, so asking around, asking at the front desk, you find that the Navigli is an extensive an area of the city that's serviced by an extensive system of canals that starts from the airport at Genova railway station where you arrived in the city, and then spreads out and crisscrosses across almost the entire southern portion of Milan. So, as I said before, it's the canals are mainly used to transport raw materials and finished goods, and it's the whole area is lined by factories and warehouses, workrooms, and some of the more run-down tenements.
A charming area.
Yes, indeed it is.
Good thing we've had the foresight to get a local who can navigate us through this treacherous place.
I think it could have gone badly wrong otherwise.
Yeah, I know. But that would have been silly not to do that.
So while you're finishing up your lunch, you're approached by a man who looks to be in his late 30s, early 40s. He's tall, slim, quite handsome looking, clean shaven with short dark hair and a strong, clean jawline. He's dressed in a well cut black suit, polished black shoes, and he holds himself really sort of straight and erect, almost, sort of walks a little stiffly and formal. And he
For an
kind of
Italian?
approaches your table and hands you his card. This is introduce himself. My name's Paulo Tominido. I am the front desk has engaged me as your guide.
Ah, yes.
Marvellous.
We might need you for a little bit of a local translation and a little bit of guidance around here. We're only in the area for a short period of time.
That is my speciality. That is what I believe in being employed for. Yes, sir. You can see on his lapel as well. There's a badge which you can make I suppose an education though.
My speciality.
Is badges
There you
Italian
go.
badges? Mine is.
Oh, very good, Gerald and George.
We are on the book. We read the papers. You see, we don't just look at the cartoons.
Not just pretty faces.
Average badge collector. So so the badge on his lapel shows him to be a member of the fascist party.
Oh. Fair enough. Yeah.
When in Milan,
Yeah,
Milan
I mean, yeah, it's fine.
So, how may I help you, gentlemen?
So, where are we going? Where do we? We've got an address.
Yeah, the Navigli.
That's it.
Ah, yes, I know the area.
We're looking for the shipping office of Giuseppe Colombo.
It shouldn't be too much of a problem. The name is unfamiliar with me, to me, but I'm sure it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Is there a particular time? Are you working to a schedule?
I mean, we can go now.
I'll say as soon as possible, really.
Very well, gentlemen. If that's as you wish, I shall. If you will give me a moment, I will organise a taxi cab. I shall inform you when it has arrived. And he kind of almost salutes and turns on his heels and leaves you to finish your meal.
Okay.
Yeah, so we shovel his.
Shove his fourth course down his face.
Yeah, just like, there's only another 11 courses to go. So we'll be done by lunchtime tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So, shall we say what, about 1 o'clock?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, maybe a bit later. Say about half 1.
Yeah. Yeah, half 1. I think we'll be done.
Yeah. Okay. So join your guide, Mr. What was his name? I'm trying to read it. Tominado. Paolo Tominado. So it says it informs you that a taxi cab will be along shortly.
Excellent.
Do you know how long you will be requiring my services?
Couple of days. Kind of depends how things go. Theoretically, couple of days. Realistically, probably a week.
Very good. I trust we.
We're trying to find a friend of ours, or friend of a friend, really. So it just depends. Last time we heard of him, he was in Milan. So it kind of depends if he's still here or not.
I will be more than happy to help in any way I can. Of course. So.
To
go on, sorry.
to Navigli and don't spare the horses.
So yeah, shortly after that, a taxi cab arrives and he escorts you outside, opens the doors for you, and then climbs into the front seat at the side of the driver. And there's a brief exchange, of which you recognise the name Navigli. And taxi sets off. So.
Have we brought a camera with us?
Have you brought a camera with you?
Just to take some scenic pictures on the way.
I would have thought so because we were out this morning doing the tourist thing. And it'll be 3 weeks before we won't be able to do anything with them until we get back home to go to Boots. So.
I mean, technically, my character does have a camera and a photography skill.
So yeah, we'll have a camera. Yeah, If we're only staying 2 or 3 days, we're probably not going to be able to get anything developed, though.
No, you'd have to take it backwards.
Yeah.
And there isn't a Boots in Milan, probably. So,
Jack boots, but no boots.
yeah, very good.
Okay, so once aboard the taxi, it quickly moves away from the city centre.
Boots
And-
that exist.
It
Founded in
existed
1849.
yeah, I'm saying it existed in England, but not in Milan.
No.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, so it moves away from the city centre and onto the small roads and bridges of this poorer district, this Navigel. It's so as you move out of the centre city, it's quite foggy out here, and there's noticeably no other motor traffic. And as the taxi winds its way through these narrow streets, rain begins to fall in a steady drizzle. So the car sort of picks its way through these narrow side streets, at times slowing down almost to a stop as it almost has to push its way slowly through crowds of local residents that fill some of the smaller side streets. And every so often the driver pulls over, winds the window down to question passers-by when you hear him mentioning this Colombo. His name. Till finally, maybe about half an hour.
God, we did better than this. Complete waste of money.
He's supposed to be a guide.
You finally pull up outside a rather squalid terrace with a faded legend above one door that announces that your translator tells you this is the office of Colombo Giuseppe.
I guess this time we'll go in.
Yeah. Well, I think it was later last time anyway. So
I think you're dreaming about that last time.
yeah.
We've never been here before.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Crazy man.
Premonition. Yeah, so Tuminado gets out the cab with you and follows behind you. And you close the door.
Yeah. Go and knock on it.
Okay, right, you knock, and after a moment, there's a voice replies from the other side. See a commode.
Hello.
And your guy
I'm here.
says,
English.
Sorry, I double muted myself.
no worries.
Hello. Hello.
Tommy, he opens the door and says, the gentleman says you may enter.
Ah. Hello. 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 Hello.
Okay. So
Hello.
the door gives into a room about 10 feet on each side with a desk, 2 chairs, and a single shelf of books. That's what that says.
Hello.
On one wall is a painting, although the theme is recognisable as The Last Supper. The artist responsible has painted the scene from the back, from behind the participants, so no faces are visible. On another wall on another wall is a very faded photograph of a young priest, pictured with a cardinal. Behind the desk sits a wizened old man, his fingers crippled with arthritis, and in a chair in front of the desk sits a slim younger man, maybe still middle-aged, about in his 40s. He's slim with a gaunt face, longish straight black hair, and he's dressed in a tailored suit and quite expensive-looking handmade shoes. So he's constantly, you can see the sweat beaded on this younger man's forehead, and he's constantly dabbing his mouth with a handkerchief, which he uses to quietly sort of muffle these almost constant coughing and wheezing
And meowing.
and meowing. Indeed.
Yeah. That's coming from one at filing cabinets, the meowing.
So,
Yeah.
How we doing then?
So yeah, they're behind the desk. They sort of, like I said, they're both sat with a small cup of coffee set before them. They're quite an unlikely looking pair.
Buongiorno. That's me done. That's all I've got.
It's a good thing we decided to hire somebody that can facilitate us.
Do you speak English?
So we ask the translator to ask me.
Yeah, we asked the translator, do you speak English? Because if not, you're not a very good translator.
Ask him if they speak English.
So he turns to you, and there's a brief exchange, very brief, sort of just a one, or seemingly a one-word answer from the old man, and your translator turns to you. So he says, "No, I shall have to translate." Claims,
Okay.
at least claims he does not speak English.
So, we are. Do you know a man called Malcolm Quarrie?
We believe we've been given your name.
We've been given your name as a contact for him by his wife.
So there's a brief exchange between the two men, and then your guide turns to him and says, "Mr. Colombo says, who are you? He wishes to know who you are."
We're good friends of him, just trying to track him down. We're not sure of his whereabouts, and we're concerned for him, so we're just looking. We're just
as is his wife.
yeah. His wife sort of put us onto this.
My name is Gerald Black. I'm an antiquarian from London. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance.
And I'm George Martin, a private investigator that's been hired by the family.
Okay. So again,
And this is our good doctor. I've said good doctor. He's a terrible doctor. But I'm being polite. But you don't have to translate that.
so again, there's an exchange between this old man and your guide.
Was there a bit of this going on while he's translating?
I can't see cameras at the minute. And all the while during this conversation, the old man keeps glancing over to this younger man, this younger man sat in the chair opposite, or rather, actually stood over here, leaning in the corner, against the bookshelves.
Oh, that's only our heads. What's happened? Are we?
Like I say, keeps glancing over to him, but this man just kind of smiles back and shrugs. Never says a word.
Hey, it's me, Giuseppe.
I'll be back shortly. Just 2 minutes.
Richard.
Echo. Hey, Echo. Stop it. No end.
I used to have Sparky in here one day and it'd just be absolute chaos.
I'm surprised you actually managed to get that painting.
Which page? Oh, the Last Supper.
Is that the Last Supper from the other side? That's
Yeah,
what it
so
looks
it's
like.
not. So it's not Da Vinci's painting.
It's the back view.
It's like for Mount Rushmore from the backside, and everyone's
Yeah.
on their hands and knees.
Yeah. So it's It's a rendition of the Last Supper, but as if painted from the
Behind.
from behind everybody.
Although they are still
Damn.
sitting on the same side of the table, which is nice.
Yeah.
Damn modern artists. They'll be taping a banana bit to the canvas next.
I'll be right back. My mom needs me to bring her a phone.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Hmm.
I suppose just go to explain. God, I forgot her name now. Shit. Malcolm's wife, after his last letter, was very concerned. He mentioned this was the area he'd be working in, so
And gave you as a contact.
obviously we're here to assist him in his endeavours, and obviously let her know that everything's all fine.
And he mentioned setting out on some sort of trip, but not where he was going to.
Okay, so again, your guide and translator speaks to the old man behind the desk, and you can see a look of frustration crossing Paolo's face. And he turns and says, "This Mr. Colombo is not very forthcoming or helpful."
Yeah, we were getting that impression.
Yeah. What about his companion?
So, you wish me to question
Just-
his companion?
Yeah, if you could do so, obviously, without causing offence, to the older gentleman. I've got a suspicion he might know more than
The old
he's being very
gentleman.
forthcoming about.
Okay. So Paolo. He nods and turns to the younger man, repeats the question you're inquiring, and as it's kind of about midway through the first sentence, and the man, this other man's kind of straightens up, stands up from where he's been leaning from on the bookshelves, and he smiles and laughingly says, in perfect English, he goes, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. You must forgive my rudeness. I was just admiring your efforts. It reminded me somewhat of myself just a few years ago." And he walks forward, offering his hands. "My name is Thomas Villas."
Charles Highsmith.
Gerald Black, how do you do? Does he sound Italian?
No, he's clearly English.
What brings you to this neck of the woods?
The same that brought you. From what I hear.
Well, maybe not entirely the same, but maybe our
friends or associates of Malcolm's.
Possibly.
more
Maybe you're
his
right.
wife. We're friends, long-term friends of his wife. But obviously, friend of the families who might be in trouble. He seemed quite distressed in his last communications. We're obviously like to help him. Of course, when you share the same goals as folks, you want to help him as much as you can.
I think I understand what you mean. Mr.
Highsmith.
Highsmith.
Charles, please, Charles. We're
Charles. And Gerald and your friend?
with
George.
gesture towards George and Norman.
Yeah, George.
He looks over at Paolo and says, "I think I think perhaps we can cope without the translator present.
Probably. We'll be fine from here. Paolo, was it?
Yes, as you wish. I shall wait.
Do you want to wait?
Of
Yeah.
course, you're compensated for today, and
Keep the meter running.
Very well. I shall.
sorry, but don't mean to be dismissive. Of course, you've been instrumental and really helpful to us, and we appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. I shall I wait in the taxi cab?
That would be marvelous.
Right. Again, he kind of almost formally salutes before turning and exiting the office.
Bit of a Nazi, that one.
Did the heels click together?
Almost to that extent, yeah.
So not far off.
Almost to that extent. So the moment the door closes, Thomas, can I get you a drink? Coffee, perhaps?
Yeah, never say no to a coffee in Italy.
That'd be absolutely marvelous.
Right, so he pours you, goes over to coffee pot, pours you each small cup of thick black coffee, and there's a brief sort of exchange in Italian between Thomas and Mr. Colombo, and then he hands you each a cup of coffee. Says, I believe we can speak candidly now. Myself and Malcolm are close friends.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I suppose the first question is, of course, is he okay?
I believe so. Yes. Oh, yes.
Has he already set off on his pilgrimage, or is he still in town?
What I was about to interject was, has he been successful in his endeavours so far?
It seems as you're quite well informed, gentlemen.
We're probably better informed than you may think.
Well, when you share the same goals, all I can say is it's good to keep abreast of events.
So you are perhaps acquainted with Professor Angelo.
His Italian endeavours we know less of.
Ah, I see.
The last letter we had from him, he was about to set out. What's the date now? But he wasn't sure if when he was going to be leaving, whether it be this month, next month, early next year.
Okay, so Mr.
But he was still working on logistics,
So
and then haven't heard anything since.
Mr. Colombo says exchanges like a few sort of words, almost spitting angrily at Thomas Villas. Thomas just kind of pulls a face at him. Says,
I sort of put my hand up. Sometimes, are we in trusted company?
oh yes. There are many brilliant people here. Malcolm and myself came here in, when was it now? The spring of 1926, to study with many people like myself and Giuseppe here. We were part of a group, should I say? A group organised by Professor Roberto Anzalone from the university here in Milan. This is, you may perhaps you may be familiar with my work. I am somewhat an accomplished painter and sculptor back in London.
Is that one of yours? I'll motion at the Last Supper.
Oh no! That's far too much a classic work for. I prefer the more abstract.
What's with the painting of the Last Supper from behind?
I don't know, it's a favourite of Mr. Columbo's.
Fair enough.
I suppose it sort of highlights maybe step away from the traditional aspects. Some could even say moralities of what's perceived popular. Taking a look at things from a different angle can be advantageous and sometimes powerful.
You are familiar with the arts, then, Doctor Heisen?
I wouldn't say I'm any sort of expert. Anyone who appreciates the world knows the eyes of the artist can be very truthful, even if that's the uncomfortable truth that many, apart from a select few, maybe understand.
You can make a. I mean, if you've got any skills in art, you can make an art roll, or you can make a. You can make a
5 in fine art.
Yeah.
Or failing that, you can make a education roll. Probably be a hard success, I would say.
Regular.
Oh, only just though, by one.
One. Yeah.
Can I have an appraise
An appraise of what?
Of the painting.
of the painting?
I'm back.
Yeah, sure. Does Charles want to spend a look on that?
Actually, yes, let's do that.
I would, yeah.
So just spend one.
What have we got? That's just going to be a regular success.
So you're unfamiliar, Gerald. You're unfamiliar with this work. So it looks.
I know what I like.
It looks well crafted, well done. Obviously the artist is talented, but as to its value, you couldn't even guess.
I like what I know, and I know what I like.
So, Charles,
And that is a bit weird.
you vaguely recall the name Thomas Villas, and that he had a well-received show at the Royal Academy in London back in 1910. One of some of his sculptures and paintings were on display.
And a particular name?
That's Thomas Villas. That was his work. So
No, I mean of a sculpture that might.
No, you don't. No, you're not. You don't recall it that well. Yeah, just a vague recollection.
Yes, good sir. I think I may recall. Forgive me. Like I said, I only dabble. I'm not even remotely expert. Yeah, you had an exhibition back in 1910. Last I recall.
I guess it was quite a successful viewing.
So I believe. Forgive me. I'm sorry if I insult you, but I can't for the life of me. Obviously, I wasn't there, but no names of your work spring to mind, and I do apologise deeply for that. Especially now that we seem to be running around the same circles, I feel almost ashamed.
To be honest, I prefer not to attach names or tags to my works. They speak for themselves. I'll leave it to the viewer to attach such relevance.
That's a commendable effort, I have to say.
But the group it's quite eclectic. Not just more than just people like myself, a sculptor, a painter. Because there's writers, actors, musicians, philosophers, academics, all sorts of people. Says, but as you surmise, I'm afraid I have to tell you that Malcolm left the city, left Milan recently.
Oh, shame. We were hoping to.
I feared we may miss him.
Yeah. At least we can report back to the good lady that he's in good health. Well, we were hoping to possibly join him on the next part of his journey, and we were hoping to at least have a couple of days to discuss. But it seems that he's moving further forward with great haste.
Well, kind of scratches his chin for a moment. Seems to be pondering. So he says, "The pilgrimage of grace must be open to all."
The Pilgrimage of Grace?
Of course,
Indeed.
Yeah.
elbow in the ribs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So,
Can I elbow in the ribs for my look? No, can't.
so the story
Kick him.
is.
I feel the glare.
So the story is that they have gone to Tibet. Well, that isn't the case.
Where have they gone?
Actually-
We were thinking more east.
Well, actually, and at this point, the old man sat behind the desk just erupts. He like jumps up from his chair and spews out this this non-stop torrent of invective, screaming, spitting, pointing at Villas, sometimes at you. And he rants on for a good few minutes. And, Villas just kind of
Sort of, I look at myself.
surprised.
No, it's not dinner time yet.
and
Ding, 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 ding.
So after about a minute,
Oh,
of
that
this,
was a shame I had, by the way.
old
Oh, the
man
actor.
just pushes back his chair, knocking his chair to the floor, and he furiously storms out of the way, shoving anybody out the way that stands between him and the door.
Any idea what that?
Excitable
What's
bunch.
that about? Yes.
Fortunately, none of you.
Does our translator know?
No, he's
he's in
he's
the
gone.
cab, unfortunately.
Sorry.
I will let you make a no roll, perhaps.
I do have Latin.
No, it was in Italian. Yeah, so you can make a no roll. See if you can pick up. Maybe you can pick up the odd phrase.
What's that? Intelligence.
Yeah. No, it's education. Sorry, no roll's
sorry.
education.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was intelligence.
No, idea rolls intelligence.
Oh,
Boom!
right.
I know it all.
Oh, blimey!
Sorry, it's not a lot. My intelligence and education aren't far apart anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed a few key scenes. I was throwing
It's still,
face.
A hard
That's almost an
success.
allegory for life, isn't it? Education does not necessarily
Wow.
create the intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Wow,
Mine
George,
does.
George is on the ball.
Yeah, I'm like fingers on the pulse.
You.
Okay. So,
You do have a youth.
So
Apart from trying
Charles,
to blow up the entire plot that was just fucking layered carefully here.
Look, I'll eat
You
my
just come in,
dinner.
crash into the door. Oof.
Yeah. I'm coming bob-handed. Knuckle blisters on. Right, what are we talking about? Let's have it.
Who are you?
Yeah. Who are you?
So Charles, you pick out the odd word or two. But George, you managed to make out a little bit more. So Charles, you pick out the odd things like you recognise Villa's name is mentioned. Something that sounds you believe is calling you. This old man's calling you idiots. Something about a
Fair
king.
cop.
And you also hear several names. You hear Villa's name, Anzalone, Quarrie.
Oh.
Whereas George, you pick out a bit more. So So yeah, the old man is calling you idiots.
That's not entirely.
Something.
Unwarranted.
Some of
It's
our
not
past
far-
endeavours,
yeah.
I could see that, but
Obviously, he's not far off at mark, is he, sir?
Also, something about the King in Yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and a cycle. And wiping the earth free.
Oh,
Okay.
alrighty then.
And something about being trodden on.
Hmm.
And with that, so as the old man slams the door shut behind him, Thomas smiles kind of ruefully. He says, you must ignore the old man. Old Giuseppe is, the old fool barely understands a word of English, so I'm not sure what provoked that tirade. Says perhaps I can offer you a little more help, a little bit more of a pointer, perhaps.
Go on.
Please.
But this office is uncomfortable. It's not the place for conversation. My studio is close by. Perhaps we might retire there. I have a couple of bottles of grappa there, and and I can secure some girls too if
Nope.
you're liking.
This is escalated.
I think the grapple will suit for the moment.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're here in a short time, and maybe later on.
I don't know. This is probably the only way we're going to get this information.
We'll check our way into it. Are we doing shagging rules?
This is where it's got to be now. This is it. This is it. All
That's
the way.
dexterity and power, is it combined?
Yeah.
Credit rating
and,
first.
and size.
Obviously the let's leave here to go somewhere on his home territory is quite risky.
Why?
Yeah, but also we're friends. You know, we've got to start
Why
acting
can you-
suspicious now. We've kind of ruined their whole.
Why can you not just tell us here? Why do we have to go into what's wrong with this place?
I appreciate a man, of hospitality. Shall we, gentlemen?
Yeah, I just wish to extend my hospitality. So you can all make a listen roll at this point as well.
I hear a
Come on.
crazy Italian.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
bing, bing, radars on, bing. I'm Daredevil for a moment.
You know,
I want
we're
George,
actually
perhaps. Yeah, no, it's some
passing rolls. What's going on?
Because it's gonna happen later on, but we actually need them.
Yeah.
We're burning through the good rules now.
Yeah, it will all just desert us.
George making one.
Let's go with him.
George making a listen roll.
Oh, sorry. Why can't I? Right, here we go. There.
Okay.
No.
No, it's not.
So George isn't here. So Gerald and Charles, you hear a heated exchange going off outside, like raised voices shouting in Italian, and then the noise of a car engine receding into the distance.
Oh, that's our taxi going away.
Yeah. We've just lost our translator and his taxi driver.
Yeah. I suspect.
But
so.
we will not be perturbed. We're not casual. Like we've already decided because we've got a dear friend here who's on the same path.
It'll be fine. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, it'll be fine.
So what do you
Unless
think,
there's a
gentlemen?
abandoned bathroom with them or stuff.
I think
We can always get
bottles
another
of grappa. Perhaps we shall take a pass on the young ladies.
Just for the moment.
Just for this time. I don't think we've got to. Maybe next time.
As you wish. Well, you just follow me, and he leads you through a door into a primitive looking kitchen at the back of the office, and then through another door out into an alleyway. Outside it's still raining, and he takes a right turn and leads you down this grotty, rubbish choked alleyway, maybe about a few hundred yards, and then stops in front of a pair of large doors. He produces a key, opens one of the doors, and steps through before poking his head back in and says, "Come in, gentlemen, come in."
And this can't go wrong. So, you know.
Even with those, like, we're already deciding our course of action. We've gotta play the
We can
hand.
retcon. I was not got any choice at this point, I think, other than to follow him in.
Okay. So,
he is clearly a bender of the First Order, but
Okay.
And we are going to die.
I mean, there's some interesting artwork.
So, inside is a big, high-ceiling space. It's dim lit, but has tall windows and a large skylight overhead. The sun has set, so it's set low in the low enough in the sky that that the light plays patterns on the floor and up the walls. So he crosses to the far side, to one side of the room, and lights an oil lamp and then a couple of candles. And this illumination reveals a jumble of easels, paints, palettes, brushes, and so on, along with many finished and unfinished canvases. So Thomas retrieves some bottles of grappa and a glass for each of you, and pours a generous glassful and hands it to each of you.
Oh, you're truly a scholar and a gentleman. Chin chin.
Please sit down. I says, oh, excuse me. He says, excuse the mess, and he goes around, rushes around, picking up like sketches and rolled up canvases, cleared away some space on armchairs and a big old sofa.
What's your inspiration for the paintings?
This is our studies, of course.
Interesting.
Yes, very.
So the paintings, you can see, they're all abstract, dark, very bold in shades of maroon, scarlet, black, and silver.
Getting colour out of space vibes here.
I'm just going to step
Very
up a
striking.
moment, because Mr. Three Legs is making a noise to leave the room, so just do 1 moment.
Cool.
While we admire the artwork.
Yeah. 2 ticks.
Yeah, I'm getting colour out of space, sort of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel that there's going to be some. It's going to. I probably don't want to drink the grappa.
We're going to try and do the. See, here's the problem. We've got to play it. You know, we've got to go as if we're allies here.
I know, but I just feel that there's nothing good shall come out of this for us.
But what else are we going to do? Wander aimlessly around Milan and.
We have no other option.
Yeah. When I first looked at this, I saw the step ladders. I'm like, is that how he goes to the bathroom? I took a look at those 2 doors. I'm like,
that's to his bunk bed.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a bedroom?
Yeah.
I don't think we want to climb that ladder.
I think the ladder, so if you're in the toilet, you can peek over the wall.
Probably,
Oh,
yeah.
No, but we're in Italy, not Germany.
Yeah.
That's a German thing. They love that stuff.
Okay. So Thomas, just after you've once you're settled, Thomas just kind of engages in small talk. When
Think,
when you've emptied your glass, you refilled your glasses again.
I think not drinking too much.
I sip it very gingerly.
Although I think I probably do have a fairly high alcohol tolerance.
Yes.
Like I said, have to be casual. It's not like being suspicious. We should be overjoyed we've met a fellow traveller.
And yeah, somebody who's also knowledgeable about the esoteric.
Okay, so he notices that George is only taking tentative sips at his drinks. He says, Mr. Martin, I can make you a pot of tea if you prefer.
No, it's fine. I'm just a slow and steady drinker.
All right, so once everybody's sort of maybe about halfway down the second glass, says what do you know of Malcolm?
Which part? We've our paths have crossed intermittently over the last few years. As I say, we're more friends of his wife. So Malcolm and ourselves, yeah, our paths have crossed.
As you're aware, there are
On occasion.
independent groups. While we're traveling the same path, there are independent groups, and we don't necessarily all collaborate. There are folks out there who don't agree with what we're doing and want to stop us. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Had much admiration for Malcolm, especially since the incident at Springer's Mound.
Yes, an interesting place.
Indeed, Edward's attempt to call the other god had catastrophic results.
Well, then, however, he was. I think the term is. How do I put it in Italian? A raving lunatic.
He was certainly misguided. He was,
This is why we operate independent, because of there is no clear template, because a lot of this lore has been lost to the ages.
And yeah, the path that Edwards decided to take was too fast.
Indeed, it's
Foolishness.
It was. His actions were indeed foolish. He refused to listen to Malcolm.
No, I've noticed that Malcolm has he's taken a more cautious path. Maybe the events there have tempered him slightly, which we obviously approve of. We are only mere mortals at the end of the day.
And you're aware, of course, of what happened to Bacon.
I'm not. I mean, I must. I was not particularly enamoured with Bacon.
Again,
nor the meetings that took place at his establishment in London.
he was followed the path of madness. He was waylaid and killed. They found him in a canal, but then the body disappeared, which, given his background, I find interesting.
Perhaps the unspeakable promise.
Indeed. So yes, there's well, I think Malcolm's the only one of that particular group left, I think.
Well, I can assure you that Malcolm has cut off all relations with Edwards and his cult after the events at Springer Mound.
Does seem to
I
be
was fortunate enough that Malcolm shared his thoughts and discoveries with me, and I chose to follow him here.
and now, we can only hope for a positive outcome.
Indeed. Because here in Milan, myself, Quarrie, and Professor Anzalone, we took part in much debate upon the ideas of the other god, and built our own system of, you could say, personal piety. No, much in the tradition of Milton and Blake.
Indeed. Can I wax lyrical about Milton and Blake?
Oh, you can if you wish to, Mary, and make a what?
Library use, maybe?
Library use, that could, yes, that's feasible, yeah, why not?
I'm planning to just go off on one and start rattling on about. Oh, so close to. Yeah, I'm just trying to ingratiate myself, get rid of any passing suspicion he may have that.
Okay, so he's perhaps taken by surprise with your sort of academic knowledge. So much so that it perhaps sidelines the discussion for a while, and probably for a good hour or two, he gets lost in discussion of about the works of Milton and Blake, and this idea of creating a system of personal piety, and the partaking in mystical traditions of Gnosticism, but rather favouring the accumulation of knowledge and salvation rather than the accumulation of personal power and influence.
That's a good point. I think the recent examples have been when the pursuit of personal power takes over the pursuit of knowledge. When that becomes an overriding factor, then that's where the haste comes in, seeing the catastrophes that we've witnessed so far.
Yeah, I think that was certainly Bacon's error.
Indeed, this was the folly of Bacon, and particularly Edward's pursuit of the other god.
Pursuit of power over knowledge.
Indeed. So
It's actually where our good friend Quarrie, he's very convincing. You know, his pursuit of knowledge and piety, acknowledging the fact that we are human and not getting above ourselves, is the more chance of leading success and bringing the old god back than how many despots have there been over the years who have wrought the night because they can't leave their own personal pride to the side.
Never a true word spoken, Mr. Dr. Highsmith. Thankfully, there was here in Italy. There were already adherents of the other god.
In the current, so say, social political climate, is that the safest thing right now? Should we be ultra cautious?
The current political regime has perhaps reached an understanding with the Catholic Church and the Vatican. But yes, we are keen to. We're careful in how we present our group. Yes,
That's what I wanted to hear.
closed membership to the Il Fratelli del Signo Giallo is closed to the general public, to be sure.
So,
I suppose you could make. I'm really echoing badly. Back off, somebody. Hold on a minute. I'm going to see if I can.
Is your Twitch volume up?
I think it might be. I'm wondering if it's feeding back up Derek's laptop again. Hello? Hello? That's done it.
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
Stop doing it now.
One second. Yeah, so you can make an education roll when he says this.
Oh,
Yeah, too much grapple.
oh,
yeah, that's why we're trying to slow down.
This
thank
is why
God we've got.
This is why I was sipping. And you mocked me.
We've become the pub corner philosophers, you know. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay, so George, so Charles and Gerald, no, but George, you recognise the phrase, or you're able to like translate the phrase with your what limited understanding of Italian you have. So Fratelli del Signo Giallo is the brothers of the yellow sign.
Ah. I tell the other two.
So it's Thomas like no the smiles. Is that your Italian is improving?
Yes, I've been learning on our little for a little jaunt away. You know, I like to educate myself. It's helped me in the past. So
So since upon our arrival here in mid 26, myself and Malcolm and Professor Anzalone, we ingratiated ourselves within that within the circles of this organisation. With our theories, we took to influencing their thinking. And by early this year, we had taken over leadership of an offshoot of the brothers here in Milan. So our group here, our cell, if you will, here in Milan, we style ourselves as a philosophical and artistic circle, much in the manner of the main branch of the brothers. And indeed, we still took part in the annual closed performances of the play in Rome. But we are not about that. When someone be deemed to be trusted members, much as yourselves have proved to be. Then we made them aware of the real tenets of the group.
That's very wise.
The brothers maintain that the Trinity of the Christian God has in fact been drawn from something much, much older. The Trinity of the Unspeakable One.
Well, it was a fabrication of Pope Constantine, Emperor Constantine.
Oh, there is much. Even that is a corruption of what truly is the case.
Can I have a Cthulhu mythos just to see what the hell he's blethering on about?
You can, yeah, why not?
Not a fucking clue.
No,
It's definitely there's lots of words there though.
yes. So it says, this Trinity, the Unspeakable One, who is the Father, and the King, the Tattered King, is the Son, and the Stranger, sometimes the Prophet. He is the Holy Ghost, and the Bible. The Bible is just a misrepresentation of the journey of the King as he travelled across the Holy Land. And it is the King who makes his final ascension back to the Hades. It's not which is a representation of the Christian heaven. Or the Christian heaven is a representation of this. Into the company of the Father, the Unspeakable One. Those who wrote the first Gospels, yes, they were faithful. But the tale has been corrupted and confused over the centuries. For instance, this Christian cross. And he makes a vague gesture to one of his paintings, which indeed features a representation of the cross and the crucifixion. This is merely a misrendering of the yellow sign. The stranger wearing the pallid mask is the Holy Ghost. Clearly the physical appearance in Castigane's plays is not to be taken literally. And the angels, they're the Bayaki. The parallels are many and obvious, I'm sure you will agree.
I can see where you're coming from, actually. Yeah.
But here the main groups of the brothers, they are constricted by this construct, by this belief. We advanced our theory and left this Christian construct behind. It is limiting and useless even. The other God is the only hope for a world that, with the Great War and the epidemics, has clearly been cursed. Perhaps even the current financial problems and the accompanying ruin of so many is another sign of the fragility of our race. The brothers see themselves as being in possession of greater truths, and followers have witnessed the correlation of these proofs and powers that men's minds may be manipulated with powers ancient and sometime long forgotten. Angels can be summoned forth, and some, as you know, can even call and look upon the other God himself.
Great care does need to be taken, however.
Indeed. And this is where Edwards was at fault. And he gets up and he opens another bottle of grappa and refills everybody's glasses.
Salute.
Cheers. So, what was the professor's issue, by the way? He seemed quite the old bloke.
Oh.
He seemed quite irked.
He believes you to be undeserving of the knowledge, of this knowledge.
We are all undeserving of the knowledge.
He smiles and nods in agreement when you say this. As I say, I would pay no heed to Columbo's outburst.
Yet again, we've seen previous examples where people haven't paid heed. Maybe we should.
As I say, the
No
old
point
man's
spreading the word
outburst
with caution.
was unwarranted. I can see that you were well versed in our philosophies, and the pilgrimage is open to all. It should be open to all.
Indeed. It is about knowledge, after all. How far have they got? Are you still in contact with them?
This is unfortunately not. Unfortunately, due to my failing physical health, I sadly was unable to accompany them.
I was going to ask if you were not tempted to go as well.
I wish I could. Would that I could have, but Malcolm regretfully and rightly told me that I was not up to it. I was not up to the journey. I hope to witness the fruits of their expedition, not exhibition.
Well, it might seem selfish, but your misfortune has proved to be our fortune. This meeting has been most welcome.
Indeed, indeed. Perhaps this meeting was not an accident at all.
Indeed.
So again, he starts to ramble on and refills your glasses. Whether you actually drinking much of the alcohol or not, he at this point is not really paying much attention as he just starts to ramble on and wax lyrical about the brothers of the Yellow Sign and their philosophical debates.
Is this a more refined Grizzly?
Possibly.
What sort of time is it?
It's so it's glancing at your watch. It's probably coming up. It's coming up to 7 o'clock at night. So above the skylight, you can the moon, the full moon casting its light down through the
So hitting the sky like a big piece of pie.
That sounds more like a secret society for the more refined kind of people.
And you can all make a luck roll.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Is this? Have we any idea where we are?
We're staggering through Milan. Hitched as a Ford.
So, Gerald, I believe.
Well, I have no idea.
So Gerald, does just while Thomas is walking around, he happens to he's staggering a bit now from the effects of the alcohol, and he collides with one of his easels and knocks a sheaf of papers off that were stacked there off, and they scatter across the floor. And one just happened to glance at one, and there's your eyes caught by this handwritten note.
Ooh.
lands, all these sort of like drifts and lands almost by next to your foot. And glancing down, some of the words and names jump out at you. And this is what you see. I'll show it to everybody.
Oh, good. Another. Have you got a transcript?
I have got a transcript, yes.
3 works in oil, biblical images in the style of Blake, the infernal method. Corrosive, is that?
I shall read it.
Haster,
unrecognizable,
unrecognizable.
Fills the canvas. But for the bottom right, where an eye provides relief, awful deaths, upper right, Springer
Mound.
The king in yellow has stepped down to earth at
Drachma.
He stands lower centre, just off centre to play with perspective. His
is that tall arms or tail arms?
Looks like
in welcome accepting.
His tall arms raised.
He seems to stand above the ground.
That's better.
He
wears his pale, tattered robes that move independent of all else. My angel hangs in silhouette against angry clouds. Shafts of sunlight tear down to earth, but the illumination comes from the figure. The Buddhist temple Mustang's culture is Tibetan. So ochre, black, white dominate the temple and all canvas. Other earthly conceits, Chorten's prayer flags thrown down. The stranger stands on high ground looking down along the valley wilderness, the Kali Kandaki Gorge through Nepal. Maybe we are going to Nepal. He waits patiently for figures toiling up towards him. Don't show these, does he hide them? The yellow sign is clearly worked on his robes, but we cannot see it all. He might turn at any moment to show us the sign. All the elements in this picture are hidden.
Okay, so yeah, this, like I said, this piece of paper, this handwritten note to the land.
I'll gather them up, but I'll hide the note behind something unimportant and pop them on the table for him. Okay. Like, whoop, whoop, steady, steady. Shuffle them up. Trying to make sure he doesn't know that we've seen him, although if he's half cut.
Perhaps, I don't know about you, but this is excellent. I'm feeling the effects. Should we perhaps retire for the evening and then agree to meet tomorrow to actually plan the onward journey?
Yeah.
So yeah, as you're saying this, and you're Gerald.
So I'll look at my glass as well and give it a wee bit of whoa.
Shuffle them together and put them onto one side. Villas suddenly looks over at you and stops mid-sentence of whatever he was rambling about. And he kind of walks over to the papers you just like rearranged and picks them up and puts them to one side, and all the while kind of looking at you. And then he turns around and sort of walks to the middle of the room and puts his hand over his throat. What to do?
Maybe some coffee?
You can make a psychology roll. Smith. Well, anybody can make a psychology roll.
Good job. One of us is. Oh, damn it. He was going to fuck us over, isn't he?
You know it.
George.
It's coming.
Okay, so So George and Charles, you notice like there's a change, some change in his mood, and like Thomas is suddenly looks strangely worried, scared almost. Charles, you perhaps like see there's like a sudden you will notice a sudden dramatic shift in his personality almost. Something that you've not dissimilar to something you've seen in some patients in your back at St Agnes's in the past. Possible sign of dementia. This is gentlemen. You must excuse me. And he starts walking away, away from you towards the door, and then suddenly breaks into a run.
Oh.
Angel, I bound you, and now I release you.
Ah, piss.
Oh dear.
You know where the white bread is that was in the fridge?
It should still be in there.
Nothing good will come from what he's shouting, I guess.
There's an immediate loud thump, and you can make listen rolls.
Okay.
Oh!
Somebody.
Wow! What a waste.
I am deaf as a post.
So Gerald, you
How many teeth does it sound like it's got?
It's another shit demon.
um,
Oh god, it's bacon. He's found us.
so yeah, so Gerald, this thud, it clearly came from the roof, like a dead weight hitting the roof. What's somebody do? So like Thomas is dashing.
I'm going to chase after him. The fact
Chase
that he's
him.
running is...
Chase him down.
Okay. Yeah, we're in a factory.
That's the creature on the roof.
Yeah.
So Gerald, you're going after him.
Yeah, there's no point hanging around here. We're just
No. I don't want to hang around.
So
I
what
am
you
not
doing?
so curious.
What are you doing? Just
We-
following him?
We're chasing after. No, we're going to chase after him and try and catch him.
You're going to try and grab him then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure entirely what he said, because I was too busy listening to what's on the roof, but the fact that he muttered something and cheesed it.
Okay. So, well, he shouted this. He shouts. He don't mutter it. He shouts.
Oh, yeah, he's up to no good.
Okay. So you can make fighting draw rolls with this. So who's got the highest dex?
Not me.
60.
Oh, it's
40.
Yeah, then.
Okay. Do you want to make a whoever's got the highest dex out of you can make a fighting brawl roll?
Fighting brawl.
Oh wow.
No, it's all right. There we go.
Oh wow. Well, let's see. Extreme. Okay. So he's going to try and dodge out of the way, but he's got very little chance of doing that. Where is he? There you are, Mr. Villas.
naughty boy. We were being so nice too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's got me rather miffed now.
Let's do that. That way. Any chance of him doing that? Ah, yeah, he completely messed up. So George, you set off after Thomas and
Cease.
well, you need to catch up.
So my aim is to chase him down and wrestle him to the floor.
Okay, so yeah, so George, you usually wrestle and tackle and bring him to the floor and go down in a heap. What is that noise?
Derek, I
It's
think?
Derek.
Oh, that would be my mom. She's in really rough shape.
Oh, sorry. I do apologise. Does it mean any offense?
It's okay. Like you wouldn't have known.
So yeah, I tackle him to the ground.
Okay, so yeah, George, you tackle him to the ground. So Gerald and Charles, you as aware that the glow of moonlight that were flooding into this room is suddenly obscured, and there's a crashing of glass and broken glass come showering down around you as something smashes
Oi.
through the skylight.
That's okay. We don't care. We're leaving. That's nice and all that, but we're
Yeah.
leaving. Yeah. The minute he started bolting, straight after him.
Okay, so let me just move these things here, and that's there. So, where is Charles and Gerald at this moment in time?
We were, if that's the door, we were
Yep.
cheesing it after him.
Yep. So
Okay.
basically.
Okay, very well. Right, and this thing, this heavy.
Look at this nice little tight punch, so we can all get wiped out at once.
Yeah.
So there's a. Oh, we've got the right thing on this moment. Get that. Out
Obviously, we're throwing our newfound friend towards it first.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's why I've got him.
So Charles is tackled him on the floor. They're kind of on top of each other. And like I said, there's all this broken glass comes showering down around you, and there's this thud as this thing hits the floor. And to your horror, Gerald, this black shape rising up from the floor is horrifying.
Is it horsey?
God.
It looks vaguely horse-like until its head splits open to reveal multiple hinged jaws lined with rows and rows of these sharp, pointy, needle-like teeth.
Okay.
And you can
Do you want me to
sanity
roll my sanity now or later?
You can all make a sanity roll.
Dun, dun, dun. But
Yeah, I've seen one of them before.
yeah, what is? Give us something
just a-
challenging.
It's just a horse.
Yeah,
George. So if you pass your sanity roll, you still lose one.
What am I, D6?
And you
Even
lose-
though I've seen one before.
Yes, because it's been some time since it
Okay.
happened. That was like over a year ago,
So-
Yeah.
Oh, should I have reset my daily?
Yes. Does it need resetting?
Yeah, please.
Oh, for God's sake. I'm D6 then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Wibble.
Oh, that should go. There we go. Oh wow! So can you make an intelligence roll?
I wish I could be part of this right now, though.
George,
Kinda
you
jealous.
probably... No, we need one character to carry on.
Oh, so you've that's a epically good intelligence roll, which is not
Oh,
good to do.
George,
So you
George,
Yes,
really
into the horrors.
comprehend the horror that is before you. This thing, part looks
Yeah.
part insect, part
Horse.
horse, part mammal, part like almost like bird-like,
Yeah.
like this horse's skull-like head and chitinous claws and like multiple limbs.
Do I have to keep my thumb in when I feed it?
It's a chimera. It clearly is a chimera.
So we
Apart
need-
from I'm going a little bit mental.
you have a bout
Oh.
of madness, yes.
Well, I mean, I've not cleared my daily.
All right, does
limit.
that need clearing as well? Sorry, I'll do that for you.
It's all right. It's all right. It's because it's on 8 rather than 6 for my daily.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Okay,
Daily wants to be 6.
yeah. I shall. 1 second. Let's unlock Okay. So that
Got-
was on. I'll have to change the center. So that was on. That
I
70
was
was on
78.
78.
I was 78.
Not 778.
No.
Okay.
nice.
And then we'll change. So if you change that again, that
There we
should
go.
set it to 6.
Yeah.
Let me just look that in. Yep.
Oh, for God's sake.
50.
That's just like little batshit crazy.
That's that's not right, is it?
For God-
So
Right, let's try again.
Let redo that. So that's 78.
78. Right, I'll
Not
try,
878.
I'll try and not type it in like a spaz this time.
Sure,
Right,
you go.
there we go.
Yay.
Finally, third time lucky.
Right, okay.
Bout or madness.
Bout of Madness. So it's real-time Bout of Madness. You want to give us a D10 roll?
Yes. Four.
Okay, right. So you're overcome with an intense feeling of paranoia. Everybody is out to get you. No one can be trusted. You've been spied on. You've been betrayed. This has all been just one big setup. Everybody is in on this. They're trying to kill you.
I mean, I thought that anyway.
And you're right.
Meanwhile, everybody
You bastards.
need an involuntary action. So, Charles, let's see, what is your involuntary action?
Oh, cheated with
so
treasure again.
Charles, you are for one round at least. You are just overcome the grossness, this monstrosity, the sheer panic and horror just causes you to like gag and vomit.
Not again.
And Gerald.
Hello.
Gerald. You've just become hysterical for a moment.
Wibble.
And just like scream and panic and yeah, just into inaction. So yeah, so Charles is emptying his stomach onto the floor.
Can I vomit in colours?
Hysterical.
Lots of lovely wine vomit.
Yeah. Can I do it in Villers though? Is he on the ground?
Vomit all over him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So that when this thing eats him, it's gonna get like an aftertaste.
a bit of bile mixed in.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I wanna basically season him up. Because he's gonna head first.
Okay, so Charles and Gerald can't act at the moment. Oh, right, that's an involuntary action, so it's just like a thing. So it's yeah. So let's see. Put that into a thing. Combat. There we go. Into the combat tracker. And see who. So George, rather. You can act first. You've got the highest dex. As this thing sort of like sort of rises up from the floor.
Can I throw or push? I'm going to push the guy towards it.
So Thomas is on the floor. You're gonna drag him up and shove him towards it.
Yes.
Okay. Give us a strength. Just kind of got to lift him up and drag him up off the floor.
Oh dear.
Oh wow! So maybe you.
Hey! Slipping on all that wine.
Yeah,
I put me back out.
Yeah,
Oh!
you grab him, you slip on this like pool of vomit that Charles has wretched up all over the floor, and as you like try and curl him, you kind of maybe throw yourself, like stagger and end up throwing yourself backwards.
Yeah.
So yes.
Backwards towards the door.
No, backwards towards the.
Oh god.
Oh, for God's sake. It's been nice knowing you guys.
Okay,
Well,
right. Then this
thanks for free.
thing suddenly lunges forward, and it's going to do this at random. Apparently.
Yeah. Randomly to me.
Okay, right. So, yeah, it leaps forward straight towards Gerald.
Oh,
And lashes out with his sort of clawed mandibles, or rather clawed appendage. So you are being attacked, so you can dodge or you can
Can
fight
I
back.
dodge?
You can dodge if you wish.
dip, duck, dive, dodge.
If you can dodge a spanner, you can
Yeah.
dodge another thing.
Yeah, yeah. That's it, yeah.
Oh dear! Luckily, it failed its roll as well. So it's like
Way!
you probably try and dodge out the way and kind of slam into the door instead, just like hit the door and fall back just as this claw comes down and just tears a chunk
Do the
out
whole
tears a hole
scrabbling
through the
backwards
door.
on the floor.
You have to do the whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay, so in which case, wrong thing. So Gerald, you're next to act. Oh no,
Is the
sorry.
door
No,
open?
I do apologise. That's not put it in the right order. It's Charles is next to act.
I am going to run like buggery
Okay.
for the door.
Okay.
Is-
Right. You're next to the door, so you can push it. Yeah, you can push the door open if you wish.
That works for me. Bad wank.
Okay. So yeah, you push the door open and charge out into the street, I presume.
Whoop.
Very good. You can keep going if you want.
You don't need to tell me twice. Vroom.
Okay, so that is Charles. So next to act is Thomas, who staggers to his feet. And let's see, what is he going to do? Yeah, so Thomas staggers to his feet and runs out the now open door and runs the opposite direction to Charles.
It's going to be like Scooby Doo
Yeah.
episode. We're going to be running around the streets of Milan.
Finally, it's Gerald.
Follow suit. I'm going to go. I'm going to have to follow these guys. Tempting though it is to chase after him, I don't think we want to be splitting up.
Okay. So, yeah, well, you leg it out the door then. Oop, doing that way.
Can I shut the door
You can if you want.
on my way past?
Okay, right. You shut the door, trapping George inside with this thing.
Oh, I thought George had already left. Sorry, I'll leave it open.
Still inside.
I thought I was last.
What floor are we on?
It's ground floor.
Okay.
Oh, that's Villers, yeah.
I just thought of something absolutely hilarious.
Well, I might be jumping out the window at this rate.
I was just thinking, it came from like a skylight, right?
It did.
Imagine if like my character, new one, were to jump down on top of it, driving down an axe, then drop.
Yeah.
That was wishful
think
thinking.
I mean, it's probably an easy way to get another
Think
character killed.
Bloodborne
I was going to
kid.
say that's
That would be a
You
quick
just be
entrance
stripped in the
and a
gullet.
quick exit, I think.
yeah.
In fact, the axe would be used as a toothpick. You know, just like burp. Afterwards.
Okay, so this, so as the others flee out of Villa's apartment, this thing turns on George and lashes out at him.
Of course it does.
No, George.
Yeah, window
You can.
is looking good.
So, what is it?
Well, we are ground floor.
We get one of the canvases and over its head so it gets
So you can
distracted.
fight back or dodge. It's up to you.
Dip, duck, dive, dodge.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think Queensbury rules will apply here.
No.
Taste my wrath.
Right, go on.
It tends to.
dodge.
That's a problem.
Where's dodge? This is going to be terrible. Yes, it is.
It is, but it's better. It's also failed. But
Oh,
you've
thank
got-
God for that.
you've got
Do you know what it is?
you've
Everyone's
got a
slipping on the
better
vomit.
fail than it. So yeah, so you managed to kind of throw yourself out of the way and misjudge it.
Can I throw myself this way?
You can, yes. Why not? Why not? So maybe what were you doing? Were you going for the?
I'm going. Well, now it's there. I can't really go for the door. I'm going for the window.
Okay,
I'm going crashing through the window.
okay, fair enough. So yeah, you charge forward and just throw yourself at the window.
And bounce back off it. Oh,
So
damn it.
Let's make a jump roll.
A jump roll.
A jump.
Don't even make it the window.
Wow. This is worse than my dodge.
Oh!
Ooh.
I'm spending luck.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you spend it. Go on. Okay, so you like dive. Well, you tell us. You tell us.
Yeah, he just runs and
Oh, I forgot this.
literally just dives through the window without a care of what's on the other side or anything for his own safety. Just
Okay.
makes a daring leap through the window.
You can make a look roll. See what is on the other side.
There's no fancy rolling. There's no Hong Kong
Just
action
head,
cinema.
head first.
Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, so you
I land in a skip full of rotten cabbages.
you land in a canal. So there's land
Oh.
that splashes you as you let it fall into the jump through the window and fall into the or jump through and straight into the canal.
Oh, excellent. We can live with that.
Okay, so moments later, there's another smash. There's more smashing wood and glass, and perhaps maybe if anybody glance back, you see this dark shape sort of just like rocket up into the night sky and disappear.